All right, everybody, get that cafefe ready. Never mind the furthermore is heading your way now.
10 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Never Mind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, yes, Monday, February 14th, 2022 edition of Never Mind the Furthermore. I'm your host, Brian K. Morris, author, and all that stuff that Amy Hale just mentioned to you. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Hope you've got plans to spend some time with your honey. And whether you're watching us live or on the rerun, we appreciate you all. And now to get some business done before we hop into your comments. And first of all, this show is brought to you today by Rising Tide Publications and Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics and the look of your book matters to you. Do you see all those great book images? Those are from real published paperbacks, okay? And Jeffrey Hayes did them all through Plasma Fire Graphics. They're great to work with. And when you go to plasmafiregraphics.com, ask for the rate card and see how independent, creator-friendly Jeffrey Hayes rates are. Also, check out his Facebook page and see some great samples of his published work. You're going to be really impressed. In fact, Rising Tide's going to be using him soon. I'm excited about that. You'll be excited when you see what he can do for you. That's Plasma Fire Graphics. And look, if your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we're also brought to you by the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Rising Tide raises all ships. And we've got all kinds of entertainment for you and education and all the stuff that begins with an E every day of the week. Illumination too, but that begins with an I. Anyway, begin your day with the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We've got all kinds of great shows all week long. Surely something will interest you. And we also have a Patreon page that helps keep this show on the air. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. And also some of these people have their own active or not just Facebook, but also Patreon pages. So please check them out as well. And if you want to see your name on this card, please contact me via www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, because we offer stuff in support of your support. Anyway, we're glad you're here this morning. And I want to thank everyone for Friday. What happened, for those of you who came in late or didn't get the explanation, Cookie was putting in a partial day at work due to the weather, the very bad weather we had last week. And she stepped into what she thought was a water puddle, not realizing there was ice underneath, and she fell and injured her knee. Well, She's okay. We treated her over the weekend. Nothing serious, just a little discomfort now. And she wasn't the only one that this happened to. There were some people before and after her that wound up going home early, unfortunately. But anyway, Cookie's fine. And today we're going to have a longer show. But thank you, everyone, for indulging me a 35-minute show last week because we were having to take care of my honey. So anyway, hope you've got some great. I about said Halloween. Every holiday should be Halloween. It's Valentine's Day, isn't it? What a romantic you are, Brian. But no, we went out. We bought some stuff to use to eat today. We went to our favorite Mexican not restaurant, but bakery here in town, Mama Inez. Great place. Really great food, and brought some home. It's had a little last night because you got a sample of stuff, right? So then we've got enough to get through today. Maybe I'll even tomorrow. Who knows? Keep the feeling going. But anyway, we're looking for a quiet Valentine's Day. We're going to do some more celebrating later in the week, but this is what we're going to do right now. And we hope you've got something really cool planned with your honey. And I think it's about all I can do right here. So let's get to your comments and see how far behind am I right now? Well, I'm almost an hour behind. Nick Tucker is here at 8 o'clock, 8:09. Good morning, Never Mornings. Good morning to you, Nick. Check out the Historical Fencing Guild every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Nick Tucker says a happy Valentine's Day to the lovers out there. And yo, the folks who hate it, remember, tomorrow is Cheap Chocolate Day. That's right. You can get chocolate tomorrow for literally pennies on the dollar. Run to your favorite drugstore or big box store. Actually, I have better luck at the drugstores, like Walgreens and CVS and such. You can get sinfully cheap chocolate starting tomorrow. So keep that in mind, folks. We practice thrift here. Excuse me. And Nick Tucker continues. And speaking of love, be sure to like and share and subscribe to spread the love to everyone you know. Yes, please. Please, please, please. We definitely would like you to please like this show, whether you're watching on Facebook, and if you're watching on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up, and also please subscribe. If you have not already, we would appreciate your ongoing support, because we have plans for monetization that are not necessarily lining my pocket, but my network's. And Nick Tucker, now those pleasantries are out of the way. Welcome to the Nevermind the Furthermore pre-show. Given the date, I want to float the question: do you use romance in your writing? I will answer first, Nick, and that's an excellent question. I have started to. In fact, the last half dozen things I've written in the last few months, probably about, I'd say at least 80% of them have an active element of romance. In fact, I worked on a ghostwriting thing yesterday that hinged on a romance. So I think I'm making progress. I think it adds to the work. But let's hear your comments as well. Those of you who write or draw, do you use a lot of romance in your writing? Nick, let's hear from you too, brother. And afternoon, lovelies, from Mike, Jimmy, Lorsha, DeBrune. Mwah! Good to see you, my friend. If you haven't found a Valentine today, like myself, at least scoot up to your PC and have a great time with the wonderful Fezman. Yes, come in closer. Let me embrace you. Anyway, no. We're glad to have you here, Mike, Jimmy. Please don't mind the creepy man in the fez or the man behind the curtain, just wearing the bottom half of a pair of Levi's. Anyway, Nick Tucker, good morning, Mike. Yep, this is the best place to be on a cold morning. Yeah, it's a little chilly here in the in Hoosiervania right now, but we are expecting. I want to say that by the around Thursday or so, we're going to have temperatures up near the 50s. So we're going to get rid of a lot of snow with another wave of snow coming in. And I've not heard any totals yet, is the thing. Of course, yesterday they were telling us here in Lafayette that we would get like about an inch or so of snow, and we got just the merest dusting, which was quite nice. And definitely good to hear. Good to hear. And also, sorry, Brian, I wanted to get you flowers, but I got stuck at my local comic shop instead. But hey, that means more comics. Yeah, I perfectly understand. You read some good comics for me, my man. What else says I love you? Other than I love you, Michaela. Hey there, fellas. Hey there, girlfriend. How you doing, Michaela? Are we having tidbits and scribbles tonight? I want to know. And I'm working hard to finish Warrior's Honor and the Ghost Rider project. Then I have surprises coming down the line. That's good to know. And everyone's saying hello. And I've started rescripting my first comic, currently working my analog script into digital format so it can be read by other people. Well, good for you, Mike Jimmy. Way to work. Way to progress. And Donna, Carly, Carlene. Mwah. Hello, Michaela, Mike, Jimmy, and Nick. Good to see you here, Donna. Hope you're doing well. And Michaela Jason, so I talked to my mentor last night, and I'm fired up to get some new irons in the fire. I can't wait to tell you my secret. Are you signed up for my newsletter? Yes, I am one of your subs. I really am. You're the only one I will sub to, so. Although I have other subscriptions. Anyway, hello, everyone. Saying to each other. And not yet. I should fix it. Yeah, seriously, she's got a good newsletter. I really recommend it. And Donna Carly Carlene is, I am too. And Michaela J says, you should. You can sign up at authormichaelaj.com. Check that out. And also, if you want to, while I piggyback on that, go to risingtide.pub and sign up for my newsletter. The next one will go out in about 2 weeks. I believe it's 2 weeks from today, on March 1st. Is it? Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks from today. No, it's 2 weeks from tomorrow, I believe. But anyway, March 1st will be the next issue of mine, and we're kind of retooling the newsletter, making it a little more interesting, a little more fun. And Joe Bachman, good morning, sir. Haven't talked to you in ages. Good morning to you. How you doing today, sir? And morning, Joe. Yeah, I'm on my 4th cup. Anyway. And good morning, happy Valentine's Day to you, Teresa. Mwah, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Check out her books on Amazon, Poetry Expressions 1 and 2. And good morning, Joey. Good to see everyone. And hello. So, folks, it's a full house, the Fun Day Monday. Glad to see you. And Joe Bachman, I'm only here briefly. Can't find a headset to save my life. You poor man. You know what I recommend? And I've been using this. I use this for like Comic Book Spectrum, or when I have a guest on here. They're called ear monitors. They're not like earbuds, but let me get that close. But you see it. You see musicians wearing them, and they go over your ear. And actually, in a perfect world, I would have it behind me, the wiring behind me, and then the things coming up around, so that you wouldn't see, the little tricks we use here. But yeah, we bring the wire up like down around my shoulder blade, then up across the back of my neck, and then put in the earphones. So then it looks like most of the time, unless I turn my head, you can't see that I'm wearing ear monitors. Joe Dog McKeel clued me into those, and I got that pair for about $40, and then spent some money on an extra length of cord, because at the time I wasn't sure how much I needed, and I thought I'd rather have too much than too little. So I've got about 6 feet of cord, which I don't need all of. But anyway, they're very comfortable. Once you get used to them, they really spoil you. I like them better than the earbuds I was using. So anyway, it's good stuff. But hope you find them, Joe, and stick around, buddy. And mine have all consistently died. Oh no! Can anyone suggest a good budget microphone? Oh. I don't remember the make. And that's right. This is NEEWER, newer, or newer. I don't know. Eric Hawkins recommended this one to me. And hold on a second here. Hold on. All right, that's better. Sorry, you didn't need to hear me sneeze. Anyway, I got this off of eBay. At Eric Hawkins' recommendation. It was only like, I want to say it was in the $40 neighborhood too. And it gives good, reliable sound. And it has a nice retro look to it. I've got all kinds of wire messed up around it, but and it also comes with a breath guard and a couple other things that I don't, and also like a screen, but I don't use those. So that's why I tend to look forward all the time. So I have the business end of the microphone pointing towards the side of my mouth, so then it doesn't get peas popping sort of thing. And hello, Carl Witzman. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. And Sarah, mwah, popping in real quick to say hello. Lots to do today, and I'll talk more later. Looking forward to hearing about it. She's got some good stuff in the hopper today, so please send Sarah some good energy. And Donna, what kind of mic did we get you? That was a cheaper Amazon mic that is pretty good. And Donna Carly is checking our microphone. And there is the product. And it's called DSC, DSHLZ, whatever, DLCHLZY. That sounds like something one of our Russian bots would be talking about. And it's obviously Welsh. It can't be Welsh. There's only 7 letters to it. It's got to be longer. Vowels, we don't need no stinking vowels. And Carl Wisman pronounced DOS. Yeah, there we go. And it could have been Polish. Yeah. And Carl Wisman, I don't know. I don't speak Welsh. Well, neither do a lot of Welsh people, probably. And we like it because it doesn't have to be in the shot when she's on camera. I just put this here for decoration, actually. But it's very sensitive, as we know from the day that Cookie dropped the F-bomb in the other room. So we picked her up, and wait, I just read a thing Carl posted in the Whispers secret humor group. Yes, it's about a foot away from me and picks up everything. And it was a hot take concerning Oxford commas. Oh, dear God, we're launching that one again. Anyway, good morning to Eric S. Hawkins, the pro slayer himself. How you doing, Eric? And Eric is a frequent contributor to Drawn and Quarterly on YouTube, and also is part of Comic Book Spectrum every Thursday night at 7 p.m. here on this channel. It's good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, there's Molly Daniel. Wow, Molly, how you doing this morning, sweetie? And let's not bring up the Oxford comma, please. I might have to smite someone, says Donna Carlene. And don't start with the Oxford comma here. I just got Donna settled down again. Holy crap. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I was editing something for Glenn Fleming, and I said, well, I'm going to put in the Oxford comma here. I don't know if it's apropos to Great Britain, where you live. I said, but it starts fist fights over here. It's vicious. It's sincerely vicious. And happy Valentine's Day to all. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Molly. Conducting my ongoing love affair with coffee. Anyway, it's good to see you here. And Eric and Molly have been greeted by Carl Wisman, and dang science issues, still a little dizzy, or maybe because Donna smacked me about the Oxford comma. She'd have probably left you in a coma if it was the Oxford comma, but I hope you're feeling better, Carl. That concerns me. And I told you I had a cure, Carl. I didn't say what the cure was for. Is that like my hiccup cure? Donnie, you may need some help with that. And anyway, bring Cookie home. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that, my brother. And hi, Michaela. Glad you had a great show on Saturday. Yeah, Molly Daniels is right. Michaela was at Merle Hay Mall, I believe it was, in Des Moines. Was it Des Moines or Cedar Rapids, Iowa? I think I know she was there. I think Cindy Kemp may have been there. But sounds like they had a real good turnout. And R&D Gaming, says Rick Bradley. Good to see you, Rick. The show where we talk about gaming from the point of view of an old school gamer and the view of a younger gamer, and see how those views differ and maybe sometimes will be similar. Come join author Rick Bradley and his son Donovan as they discuss gaming throughout the years. Come asking all questions on the topic. Let's have some fun exploring the huge world of gaming coming through the Rising Tide Network, as it is. Anyway, can we reduce that, Rick? Can we get that a little quicker so we can get the meat of it and get going on it? Anyway, good morning to Grant Lankard. Good to see you. Hey, how's Beowulf 3 going? I need to get on that. And, oh, yeah, I saw that you had a convention this weekend. Hope it went well. And thank you for sharing this, Ryan Permisson. And good morning, Nevermornings. How are you? Follow us on It's Nerd Culture on YouTube for more nerd culture. And also check out Rick Bradley's author page at that address there. There you can get some pretty cool books, such as The Nightmare Collective, Marvel Sign Out, the award-winning Pulp Reality #1, Tales of the Weird and Strange. William A. Both, good to see you, brother. Happy Valentine's Day to you and to you, Brian and Cookie. Thank you, my man. And to you and your lady, too. Always good to see you, sir. And rent comes every month, but Beowulf #3 better pledge now. That's right, by God. And let's see, Ryan Permisson, check out the discussion of the finale of Boba Fett on that address there, and check out the interview with writer Glenn B. Fleming. And Skunk Rocker, good to see you, brother. And at the tire shop getting a tire plug. That sounds personal. How's everyone else this morning? We are doing well. Trying to see if we can catch up here. But anyway, hope you are having an easier morning than most. And Donna Carlene says, in answer to your question, Nick, there is romance in my Hunter's Ridge series, in my Beth and Hill series. Very awesome. And there's kind of romance in the seduction of Lily Monroe and Woodstock Dreams, but there's also straight sex. Yeah, there was some of that good stuff in. I read the seduction of Lily Monroe. I need to get Woodstock Dreams yet. Everyone's saying hi to Skunk and doing all right. How about you, Skunk? We got to hear about you. And in case you missed it, check out And I Quote with Grant Lankard. Good interview there, and everyone's saying hello. And I enjoy reading comedic romance and definitely paranormal romance, but I rarely write in the genre. It took me a while to get into it myself. But I find that my writing's a little richer as a result. And the latest story I did, like I said, had some romance, and it was kind of the springboard for the story. So that was I think it's a good thing to include in your books because people like seeing that stuff. And also check out the interview with writer Jim Beard on, and I quote from a past episode, "You'll like it. It's good." And getting paid to sit on my butt and watch the show, Skunk Rocker. It's great to be an American. You don't get this kind of thing in the commie bedwetter nations. I'm telling you, only in America. And Ryan says, check out the interview with Anna Marie Salvaggio on YouTube. It's awesome. And I'm happy to be on Tidbits until Michaela finds a real writer to replace me. Well, it won't be me, Carl, so don't worry. If you have one, I'll try to be on tonight. I missed last week. Actually, what happened last week was I mentioned I would gladly be on, but I didn't get a link sent to me. And so I thought, well, Michaela doesn't want me there. That's fine. I didn't think to look at the page for contributors, so I will keep an eye on that. And somebody else we're keeping an eye on is the wonderful and delightful Kelly Austin. Good morning, everyone. My oldest brother, years before to me, to get off my butt, put up and shut up and tell my stories as best I can, for there will always be those who enjoy it. Today, my brother... Oh no, my brother will have his life support turned off and he'll be gone. Please don't waste yourself in any story you have always wanted to do. 3 months or 3 years, your words are as important to those who motivate you. Kelly, I love you, honey. And I hope all the memories will be golden. And, there's no joking about this, folks. This is one of the most serious things a person can do. I have been put in that position before, so I understand the gravity of this. So anyway, Kelly, we love you. And, like I said, may all the memories be golden, and take our love and our blessings with you, okay? And keep us posted, okay? And Ted Davies, Artistry, good morning all. See you on TED Talks tomorrow. We'll be live with creator Sam Vera. Also, check out, I've got to post it on my page. I put it in my Patreon blog this morning, but check out From the Trenches of Hollywood. I was their guest last week, and we had a really good interview. It was a lot of fun. We will be putting links on the pages later. And audio version is now available for And I Quote, and check it out there on Spreaker.com. And good morning, Willow Scott. Wow, glad to see you, hon. Hope you're doing well. And hey, Joe B, if you're still here, says Donna Carleen. And hey, Ted and Willow, everyone's saying hello. Donna and Carl both. And Ryan Permisson says if you want to be on And I Quote on Saturdays at noon, but they can pre-record. They have friendly conversation. You can promote your projects. Go to that Calendly.com site and put in your name. Beowulf is $300 from getting funded. Grant, put in a link. Put in a link, Grant. And let's see if we can get you a little closer this morning. And Skunk Rocker says, after my tire gets repaired, I'm going to grab a burger since there are 2 restaurants right here. Oh, my goodness. You are doing well, sir. And Grant Lankard, I agree with Mike Jimmy. That is awesome. And bring Cookie home. I agree with that, too. Thank you, Ryan. And so Primal Fear, what a legal thriller with a great twist at the very end. Yeah, I hear movies have synchronized sound now. It's been that long. And good idea, Skunk, says Carl. We all agree with that. And Blue Snowball, Nick, less than $100. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I've seen some really inexpensive ones. You go to Best Buy, and most of those are over 100. But you don't have to spend long money to get good product. Is the thing. Like I said, Eric recommended this model to me, and I went to eBay to get it, and like I said, I think it's about $40-some, and it works wonderfully. So, whereas before I was using my laptop microphone, it sounded like I was broadcasting from a coal mine. And so stay productive, everyone. My plan this week is to continue reading comics. Stay tuned. Excellent. Want to see some good reviews from you. And I will send Nick the link to the microphone I have later. Excellent, Willow. Thank you so much. And from the desk of the Small Press Publisher, had a lot of fun Saturday night being on his show as he tried to get my Dawes program going. If you want to find out what Dawes is, and perhaps you can get yours going, check out that show from Saturday night. It was a lot of fun. And all morning, Brian, hopefully I didn't get you in trouble Saturday. Nope. I don't need your help getting in trouble, Joe, but thank you for the concern. No, we had prearranged it with the missus, so I got to stay up late with the adults. I did sleep in the next day till about 10 o'clock, though. And let me know if you have any more questions about Dawes Studios. Yeah, yeah. What kind of card do I need? No, anyway, no. I got the information on the card. I just have to go out and get it now. And was thrilled, says Molly Daniels, to get the okay from my boss last night to watch the SB on Super Bowl. I guess that is the Super Bowl, whatever, on my Kindle from 7 to close. No customers, just upset I missed most of the first half. And hey, morning for Vanessa Smallpress Publisher, says Mike Jimmy Orson de Bruin. But anyway, Molly, I'm glad. I'm sorry you missed all the commercials. Was there something else going on during that time break? Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg performed. That I heard Snoop was pretty good. I'm not a huge rap fan, but I do like Snoop Dogg. I like him, I think. And thanks, Mike, says Grant Lanker. And morning, everyone. And tonight on Tidbits and Scribbles, we'll talk cons and how to sell in different environments. That's a worthwhile subject. That is good. And Molly Dan says, romance. Concerning romance, my Arbor University Tales has romantic elements. Mackenzie Michaels has the true contemporary and science fiction romance. And Kenzie does good stuff. She really does. So does Molly. They're the same person. And Life on Core number 5 is currently at 225% funding with another 370 euros. We'll hit our next stretch goals. Also, I'm ordering the plushies this week. That's awesome, Mike Jimmy. Congratulations. And that is interesting, isn't that? And Eric Hawkins, the mic I use, that's the same one I have, I think. The Neewer NW7000. I should probably write that down. In case I'm asked again, and I will be. Neewer NW7000. Thank you. I got this on Eric's recommendation, and it works wonderfully. I really like it. And like I said, the price was right. I got it on eBay. And Michaela J says the con was at Des Moines. Okay, thank you. And yes, Cindy was there, and we had a huge turnout. According to my booth neighbor, it was a better turnout than last year. Hey, excellent. That is very cool. And current work in progress from Molly Daniels has a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang inspiration. At least that's the plan. Not sure how I'm going to pull it off, but more on this in a few weeks as the story progresses. Excellent. And congrats, Mike. No, congratulations. I know what that means. And Neewer has several mics on Amazon kits with stands, arms, and extras. Check the reviews to see what is right for you. Very good advice there. And Brian and Glenn, how are you? And Glenn's got some cool stuff coming up soon from Indiegogo. Check out his book on Jack Kirby. And I'll definitely tune in tonight. Michaela says Molly Daniels and B, you're always one, but yes, check the group Goofball. What is this, a new page, Goofball? Is this something I should look for? I don't remember signing up for Goofball. Here's the thing. I got onto the page that tells me how many pages I have signed up for. I'm on like 2,500 of them. You know, I went through the speed where somebody sends me a link. Oh, yeah, I'll sign up for your page. Oh, yeah, I'll sign up for your page. And next thing I know, I've got 2,500 pages. And I don't access all of them. So I spent yesterday, I think I'm 2,500 now. I had to have knocked at least 50 off of there. Where if you haven't posted in 2 years, I'm kind of thinking you're ignoring it. So anyway, yes, thank you, Michaela. I will see if I can be there tonight. I really will. And Kelly Austin, we'll keep you in our thoughts. Yes, everyone, please keep Kelly Austin in your thoughts. She's going through a very difficult time right now. And thank you, Molly, from Michaela. And so sorry for your loss, Kelly, says Donna. And so sorry, Kelly. Condolences to your family. And I thank you, Ray Laker, for sharing Nevermind the Furthermore. I think everyone should. Please. We're thinking about doing another promotional, push for more subscribers later in the year. And the plan is not, like I said, it's not to line my pockets, but I want to get something in so I can start helping, some of the other Nevermorians get, their numbers up. Okay. And Carl Westman says, I was so dizzy this morning that I almost forgot to put my like on this video. Almost. Well, thank goodness, Carl, you righted yourself in time. Yes. Like Carl said, if you're watching on YouTube, please give this a thumbs up if you enjoy any part of it or plan to in any time in the future. And also, please be sure to crash your car into that little bell once you hit the subscribe button, okay? Because we got some really cool pre-recorded content we are working on right now to make it awesome for you all. And we'll be seeing how that goes. And I might show up, Michaela. You never know when you might receive my skunky blessing. That sounds naughty. I like it. And Joe Dog McKeel of Stupid O'Clock Good to see you, sir. I'm here just on great spirits. Skies are clouding up and the Rainbow Bridge is forming at our doorstep. The vet is on their way. Little Annie's suffering is close to the end. Post more later. Oh, dude. May the memories be golden there too. Man, this is a rough man. If you need anything, Joe, let us know, okay? All right. I'm sorry to see that. And Rick Bradley watched the new take two, Brian. Watched the new Ghostbusters movie last night. If you've not watched it and are a fan of Ghostbusters, watch it. I've heard great things about it. I'm just sorry to see people using that as an excuse to diss the new Ghostbusters from a few years ago. I'm sorry. No, it was not the original Ghostbusters. And the idea that people seem so threatened by female Ghostbusters astounds me. So anyway, I would love that, Skunk. We all would. Show up tonight, please, Skunk. Molly Daniels' halftime show was good. Got it home in time to catch the last 2 minutes, but downloaded the app and watched it after the game. Some of the commercials were great. That's it. I used to watch the Super Bowl. I had no interest at all in the game. I just wanted to see the commercials. And when I found out I could just go to YouTube and watch most of them, I'm good with that. And got into a good old-fashioned flame war on Instagram, says Willow Schuyler, with an old fan from my blog TV days. He'd insult me. I'd best him on the insult game. Then he'd get mad, report my comment for bullying. Oh, my God. Could dish it out, but he can't take it. What a wuss. Good for you, Willow. Don't let up. And so sorry, Joe Dog, says Carl Whisper. That from the heart, same for me, seriously. And Skunk, I'm so sorry, man, from the Skunk Rocker. And I'm not sure if I will do more tutorials based on the numbers from Saturday, but you never know. Well, maybe if I had managed to get mine going, you could show what a goof like me can do. But no, seriously, I found that the thing on Dodds is very interesting. And your tutorial actually answered a lot of questions I had in the versatility and posing. In fact, I'm going to go on Cookie's unit later and see if I can't get that going. So, going on there, because hers is a newer computer and a little more robust, I think. Molly Daniels wanted to go fire a Peacock at 6 Miles Slammed. I wanted to yell, "There's a game to watch, go home." But no, I was nice and sent everyone off with a smile. More like probably gritted teeth, I suspect. Next year, I'll be taking a vacation day, grr. Oh, thank goodness you're doing it for something important. Anyway, many hugs to you, Joe and Kelly. Thank you, Willow Scott. Appreciate it. And condolences, Kelly, from the death of a small press publisher. And so sorry, Joe. That's heartbreaking, says Molly Dales. I totally agree. I feel for you both. And so sorry, Joe Dog. That is tough. And Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says he's sorry to hear that too, along with Michaela Jade. And sorry to hear that from the death of a small press publisher, Joe Dog. And so sorry, Joe Dog, Donna, Carly, Carlene. I love the female Ghostbusters. I did too. I thought it was a fantastic movie, really funny, and unlike a lot of contemporary comedies, I couldn't tell when they went off the script. It just seemed like really natural, good dialogue. But to find out that they improvised so much of it and it wound up on screen, I was really impressed with it. I really did like it. Whereas a lot of contemporary comedies, so-called comedies, basically feature people who think they are funny, who can do good lines of comedy that if you write it for them, they'll deliver. The timing is flawless, but when they think they are hilarious and they want to go off the script and be funny, Land of the Lost, I'm looking at you. And I Spy was terrible. I love the original movie, and I thought Owen Wilson and Eddie Murphy, this ought to be great. I couldn't get past 10 minutes. It was so bad. But yeah, I love the female Ghostbusters. It was so very funny. And so sorry, Joe Dog from Frog G. Frog G, thank you for being here. And thank you, everyone. See, this is what I love about you guys. Coming together, and wishing people the best, all right? And has anyone watched the YouTube videos from 20 books to 50K conference in Vegas? Good stuff, says Michaela Jade. I've been watching a couple channels. What is it? One is vidIQ, and the other one is, I think, like Channel Growers or something like that. But really interesting stuff. We're probably going to retool a little bit of Nevermind the Furthermore and Comic Book Spectrum to be a little more effective. and to get people into the action more quickly. And Joe D, wait and see how your YouTube numbers look on the rewatches. I sometimes watch tutorials from 7 years ago. You never know. I do too. Same with me. I was watching stuff from about 5 years ago. If I haven't seen it before, then it's new, right? But anyway, that's good advice. And we keep most everything up on our channel. So if you want to see all the hijinks we have gotten into in the past, please check out my back catalog. And Molly Daniels, Behind the Mask. Yes, I have found a benefit to the masks. I can cuss people out and they can't see or read my lips. I also found out that I know how to scrunch my face up so it looks like I'm smiling, but down below I'm like, at them. So anyway, and Molly the Mask keeps my face warm, keeps the redheads from seeing my smirky leer. That's probably why you're still on this side of the iron bars, Carl. So yeah, I understand that. Yeah, there's a lot of times when I'm glad people can't see my expression. Although I have to say, one benefit to the masks is last week when we had the craptastic weather and all 18 inches of it, that it was good to breathe warm air. Like all the COVIDians are like, well, you die if you breathe your own oxygen. It's like, what? No. It means because I have a sensitivity to cold air. And sometimes I just can't breathe with that stuff. But I'm breathing this nice warm air as I'm shoveling the front sidewalk. And it's not bad. And you can say what you will about it destroys your immune system. No, don't worry, Carl. It's like I'm breathing warm air. I haven't had a cold or a flu in 2 years. So anyway, Joe Dog, with all the Ghostbuster talk, is that because of Ivan Reitman's passing Saturday night? I had not heard that. Holy cow, that's a shame. Because he was great. Eric Hawkins says, I have a friend whose channel doesn't get many views, but when he started using the YouTube Shorts, his views shot up to over 1,000 per video. Well, we tried that too. And sometimes if you hit the right niche, it can work. I just couldn't get it going. And the thing was, it was taking so much of Cookie's time to edit and make it look the way we want. I may still go back to them because I figured out a way to do it without having to use my phone. So we'll see what happens. And Carl says, wow, Joe Dog, I had not seen that either. Yeah, I totally missed that. And Molly Daniels mocks Carl with her laughter. And yes, I have mastered the fake smile behind the mask. Cold air triggers my asthma, and the mask is warmer than my scarf. There we go. And Michaela Jade says, this weekend I forgot my heavy coat at home, and it was a lovely 4 degrees, so I had to buy a new coat. I've done that more than once. I remember the first time I went to visit Buffalo, New York with Cookie. Actually, it's the first time I'd ever been to Buffalo, New York. And when we drove out, the temperature was like really, really nice. And then the next day we had like, it was just the side of a Dureco, okay? And the temperature plummeted to like, I think it was like 60s one day and then down the next day to like the 20s. And I didn't have a coat with me, so we had to go buy one. Fortunately, from where my in-laws were living, it was just down the street from a Goodwill, and we found a nice jacket for me. And I just need to make a hole in the mask so I can put my cigar in there. Now, see, there you go. There's practicality. That's the American way right there. And we're going to, let's see, and nice excuse for a new coat, Michaela. That's right, yeah. Well, you see, here's the thing. This is how I got this fez. Because I told Cookie, I want a fez. And she's like, you don't need one. You don't need one. Well, we were at the Superman celebration one year, and I forgot a hat. And with this, I've got to have a hat because the top of my head will burn, like literally combust. And she's like, oh, we got to get you another hat. And I'm like, I don't need another hat, but could I get that fez? And she's like, oh, I don't know, because there's a Doctor Who paraphernalia dealer there. And she's like, well, I don't know about that. I said, honey, look at it this way. Like a ball cap will cost me about $10 to $15. That fez cost me $5. And she's like, oh, yeah, get that fez then. So I got the fez, and that's how I got this particular one. I've gotten better fezzes since. Had to spend real money, though. I spent like up to $10 on them. And Molly Dale says, I have to dress for the Arctic in lumber due to the doors constantly open and closing. Triple layers plus a thick hooded zip sweatshirt and my fingerless gloves plus coat on standby. Yeah. That sounds like Cookie when she goes to work at the plant. She she sometimes, when she's inspecting, she gets to stay inside and she's not out for very long, so she can dress, a little more freely. But if she's out there transporting cars from one area to another in the yard, then she's got to bundle up. So I understand that. I really do. And we are caught. Oh, no, we're no. And they're finally putting my van in. Hooray. Well, good, Skunk. Well, we hope that they'll keep you out of there and off the road for at least a few more minutes so we can have the pleasure of your company. And speaking of the pleasure of company, Michaela Jade is going to be on tonight with Tidbits and Scribbles. Let me go down to there and check out what she offers. And this is the voice of the skunk rocker you hear on this wonderful video. Check out the work of Michaela Jade.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
That's authormichaelajade.com. Also, check out her work on Amazon and get you some Warrior stuff. It's good. And Woo Skunk says Molly Dales, and Glenn B. Fleming says Brian working on a Hatch 7-page strip for Pop's Anthology. Just penciled a page in 30 minutes. Wow. Somebody's breaking the Kirby barrier right there. Way to go, young man. And Nick Tucker says, I'm trying to keep the rhythm of the conversation at a more merciful pace, being Monday. Well, actually, we did pretty good trying to keep up with stuff. So, yeah. Good attempt though, Nick. I appreciate that. So kafefe, everyone. So anybody got any special Valentine's Day plans? Anything really cool that you're doing? Going out to dinner or maybe taking a movie? I have to say, this Friday, I've got to give them a shout out. Civic Theater of Greater Lafayette is putting on a play this coming weekend. They had to cancel this last weekend, they had to cancel performances due to COVID outbreak in the cast. But the thing is, they are doing a play, La Cage aux Folles. I am so happy to see this because when I used to do community theater in Danville, Illinois, that was the final play I did for Danville Light Opera. And I loved it. I played Francis, the stage manager, and had an absolutely wonderful time. It was really great for a lot of reasons. One, it was nice to represent. Okay, first of all. Secondly, I got to act alongside a handful of people I'd never worked with before, but had been wanting to. Plus, my dear Jean Dunn was directing, so I had to do that. She was my Lady Beaconsfield in Jekyll and Hyde, my first production. And it was really fun also because we had a receiving line at the end of the play where people could come out and say hello to the actors. Well, I had so many people just come up and hug me and thank me for being in that play. And it was heartfelt. It wasn't just like, hey, thanks for being in that play. It was like, thank you for being in that play. Thank you for, having a great message. And it was also fun to see the people that walked out and wouldn't look you in the eye. Yeah. But it was a grand time. And I want to see what Civic does with that. I'll be especially critical of whoever plays Francis, actually. But no, and for those of you who don't know, La Cage aux Folles was a movie produced, I think, in the 80s, early 80s, in France. I got to see the original and I think the sequel to in Champaign, Illinois during a festival. It had subtitles, of course, but also there was an American version called The Birdcage with Robin Williams and Gene Hackman. Well, this play, La Cage aux Folles, is like The Birdcage, but it's funnier. It's actually funnier, and the music is amazing. It really is. And I got to be a little flamboyant. It was a lot of fun. That's why, excuse me, people still remember me for having fingernails the color of my bow tie and pink hair for a while. Skullcracker says there's an ad at the shop talking about how long they've been in business and comparing it to other notable events. First flight of the shuttle Columbia, the first Apple computer, etc. Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. And just check Publisher Fixed Rex covers to check my page for the updated links, says Molly Daniels. Definitely. That's excellent. And Nick Tucker says, I'll be doing some art later for my wife. Oh, that's beautiful, Nick. That's great. And that's nifty. Skunk, I agree with Michaela there. That is. And Brian's self-promotion rules. Can you show the people my DVD pic I sent you earlier? Shameless. No, because I didn't upload it yet. But I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you because I do have this thing here. If you're wondering what Glenn is talking about, get excited because this project is coming soon to Indiegogo.
When they mined an area, they put down yellow tape right across that line, see. And if you walked on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blew up.
Strange Tales 136. I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
Definitely check out that book when it comes out later this. I think it's later this month that Glenn's going to put that up on Indiegogo. You definitely want to check that out. And Glenn, why is your name so small on the cover? I mean, surely if you'd shrunk that other guy's name on it, the guy that had it before the title, and put your name like that size, I think that would have worked out much better. Anyway, going on. Skullcracker says, it says 1981 Nintendo game system, which is inaccurate. That's the release year for the arcade version of Donkey Kong. I knew that the game system thing was wrong. Wow, yeah. And so now I'm wondering how many of these other dates are iffy. See, now this is something when you're an author and you get something wrong as far as your research goes, then people start wondering, well, what else did they get wrong? And it turns out, and I agree with Carl, haha. And Frog G, good to see you here, my friend, and love a good receiving line after a play. Let those actors, actresses know what a fine job they did. Yeah, the first director I ever had, Julia Megan Sullivan, love her. She taught us a lot about theater in that applause and the receiving line are ways people can reward actors beyond just the price of a ticket. That they want to do more for you as the entertainer du jour. And so I understand the purpose of laughter, applause, and the related reactions. So yeah, I do too. I appreciate going up and thanking people. And sometimes I know people in the cast, so it's like it's the only time I get to talk to them. Carl Wisman Skunk, print up a big label like F Facebook Fact Checkers and slap it on the bottom. He just likes the idea about slapping it on the bottom. Anyway, Michaela J says, that's awesome, Nick. I'll be doing tidbits and scribbles for Valentine's Day. And Grant Lankert says, sorry, I'm in and out of the chat. My car died this weekend. And I'm trying to browse auto websites. I hate car shopping. I agree with you. We've been looking for a van, and even though we're not ready to buy yet, it's still problematic. And it was funny because we checked out one place that always has vans here in town, and we thought, well, maybe we can go there. And then we checked out some review sites and found one that it's an aggregator, which takes the prices of used vehicles and finds out that this lot raises the price by about $1,000 per car. So, afraid so. Anyway, Carl Whitsman says, almost as bad as house shopping, Grant. I just hope I make the smallest possible mistake that I can make. Well, I had an advantage in buying my house, Carl, in that when we were looking around, we were looking at one property in Oxford, Indiana, which is it's about 10 minutes away from where Nick is. You remember the library where you and Donna saw me and Lacey Lemke. Well, anyway, we were going to buy a building in the downtown there. Huge building. Very problematic, though, once we got the report from the inspector. To the point where we deliberately gave an insulting deal just to get out of the negotiations. But the thing is, he took me around and he asked me a couple questions to see if I had enough on the ball. And he was pretty impressed that I was a science nerd. And he said, okay, I'm about to turn you into a realtor's nightmare. And so he started telling me why he ruled the way he did on various things. And of course, some things were a little less subtle, like looking for that third hole in the wall outlet that might tell you that it is that's been grounded properly and less of a fire hazard. And then there's also blatant things like a roofing job that was done so badly that water was streaming in through the fuse box. Yeah. So anyway, so actually knowing that stuff made our purchasing a lot easier. Because we could see a house and go, let me out of here. This place is a death trap. So, like I found one where they had a heavy duty extension cord running from the top of the, an outlet on the pole outside the property down into the garage. And I said, now, is that legal? And my realtor just looked at me and said, get in the car right now. Don't make another sound till we leave town. Okay, fine. It tells me everything. Anyway, Glenn B. Fleming says, my name is so small in the DV because no one wants to know me. I disagree, Glenn. They're buying it just for you, Seriously. And did someone say slapping on the bottom? See, I knew I'd get Carl's attention. And starts to bend over, then remember, it's morning. Got to keep it PG. Not in this crowd, apparently. Well, Cookie's not here, so we got a better chance of it. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking now too, Carl. Anyway, Scott Cracker says, I need a new vehicle too. My truck is on its last leg, but I'm too picky. That's fine. I want something unbelievably great on fuel mileage or a cargo van I can punk out. Can't find either for decent prices. We found, we're looking at a cargo van too, because we want to pimp it out and then put like a bed and a couple of other amenities in there and take like weekend trips and not have to worry about getting a hotel room, save some money. And also will help us with the in-laws when we go visit them, because they live in assisted living and we have permission to be there and to park in their area. But it's gotten to the point where, it's their house and it's like we, there's only so much room, especially when we have to get off the floor basically to go to the restroom at night. But so we're probably going to get a room, or if we can get our van in time, which I'm not sure we'll do it this year, but probably next year we will. But yeah, we found a place in Fort Wayne, Indiana, about 2 hours from here that looks good, and they frequently have vans there. So we've been keeping an eye on them. Grant Laker says, I'm the exact opposite, Skunk. I just want a car that starts. Yeah, I tell people I have a 2001 Saturn that still runs. There's a few things wrong with it. I said, but it's a perfect car. It starts, it stops, and it's paid for. So anyway, Nick Tucker said, I would hold off on major vehicle purchase if possible, with the EV shift coming. Yeah. Well, there's that. And also, we're waiting for prices to come down as more cars become available from the major lots, because with the supply chain being befouled as it is, there were no cars to buy, and what few there were, the dealers were pushing up the prices, and so people were buying used cars. So that pushed up the prices there because demand went up. It's a lot of supply and demand, basically. So yeah, I'm thinking it'll probably be a lot easier by the time we are ready to make a purchase, which gives us lots of time to figure out what we want. We do know a couple things we want. We do want, like, nothing in the back end. They make a selling point of, yeah, look at all these cabinets the previous owner put in. It's like, get that metal crap out of there. I don't need it. I want as much floor space as I can get. So anyway, Scott Cracker says, well, Grant, I'll sell you a 1997 Dodge Ram if you want. Starts and runs for now. And Grant Langer says, yeah, I know. My car picked the worst possible time to die. Yeah, like right now. There's never a convenient time for a car to die. And it doesn't help with us. We run that thing into the ground. We basically drive it till it dies. We're not one for trading it in just because the ashtray got full, if you know what I mean. I think the closest I did was I had my second 1976 AMC Gremlin. I sold to one of my girlfriends at the time, and she was happier than hell with it. And I'm like, good, it's off my hands. Carl Westman says, we were looking at those Ford Transit vans for open floor space. That would be nice. I don't like Fords though that much, is the thing. We test drove one Ford van here in town, and oh my God, the brakes were soft on that thing. I was scared to get that thing going to more than 30 miles an hour. And Scott Crocker says, yeah, I was going to say, when is the right time for a car to die? And Michaela J says, I love Dodge. I do too. I like Dodge. I used to have a Ford truck when I worked construction, but it was an open bed truck. But the van I drove was god awful. And I remember my father owned a Ford back around in the early 1960s. He traded in within 3 days. He disliked it so much. And our Chicago friend here, Jody McPhee, says, from Desk with Small Press Publisher, not one for a truck being in a big city. Yeah. And a lot of people I know that live in big cities, big municipalities such as Chicago, might have a vehicle. They frequently rent a vehicle if they're going out of town. But if they don't have their own garage, what they may do is, like, find a space out of town that they can hop on a train and get to their car. Carl Wilson says, oh, we didn't get one. I imagine they ride like a hay wagon. Even slower. And besides, Don would not sleep in the back of a van. Oh, well, I figure we would, like I said, we'd pimp it out. And we've got a nice air mattress we could put back there. But we're also looking at a power converter so we can, like say we're at a convention and we're done socializing, we go back to the van, maybe get some work done. So that was our thought. So, but Cookie and I have slept sitting up behind the wheel. So, in fact, that reminds me, of course, we lay down the seats a little, but the other day I fell asleep in one of the chairs in the studio next door. And Cookie's like, I don't know how you can do that, sleep sitting straight up. And I forgot to remind her that well, how many times were we in the car together and you slept pretty much straight up. So anyway, if worse comes to worse, says from this with Small Press Publisher, a good conversion van does the trick, but that big city living, yeah, it's true. And I don't live in that big a city here. Lafayette is about 42,000 people, I think. This won't have a connection to you, but we're larger than, for Carl and Donna, we are larger than Danville and growing. We're more about the size of Urbana, Illinois, so with less crime. And I'm looking at a Class C camper. Go big or go home. Yeah, I don't want that big a that big a vehicle. Otherwise, I would go for something like a Winnebago type thing, but I hate driving those things, and I really don't think we have room here at the compound for it. And Skunkcracker says, see, the problem is people think they have the deal of the century when they don't at all. For example, and I look forward to Skunks following this up, but we'll take that down for now. But yeah, and that's another thing about buying vehicles this day. One of the reasons we like Saturn was they told you the price, and that's the price, period. Then you can apply things like various discounts. Like, for instance, Cookie gets a discount for working where she does. Her father worked for Chevrolet for 20 years, so we get his discount on cars if we buy a Chevy. So, you know, but I liked it. You start out and you knew what price it was, and it wasn't you trying to negotiate it to where they're practically paying you to take the van. And let's see, Molly Daniels continues, was looking through my memories and discovered 9 years ago, hubby bought me a new starter for our car that died just as we were heading to lunch. Oh, that's so romantic. That's awesome, Molly. I'm all fluttered. And Carl Wisman says you have to think about the 300 days you are not going to a convention. No, that's it. It's like I wouldn't want to Winnebago just to drive down to the comic shop. I can do a van though. Van would work. Vans would work. So yeah, and from the Small Press Publisher, exactly, Skunk Rocker. Perception of a deal is relative to the situation you were in at the time. And Molly Dale says, "Can I claim Cookie as my mom when I go buy a new Chevy?" You do that, sis. You do that thing. We adopted Molly. And this is where Molly calls Child Protective Services. But anyway, let's see. We just passed the 1 hour mark. So I'll tell you what, let's do this, and let's talk about Joe D. McPhee and his great show from the desk of a Small Press Publisher every Saturday at 10 p.m. at 9 p.m. Eastern here on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
And that's Jody McPhee from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. Check him out every Saturday night. You'll be glad you did. And Michaela J. says it's only about 200 days. Well, that's true. That's true. And Donna Carlene says we saw a mini Winnebago. It was pretty cool. I've seen the smaller ones. Those are nice. The one that I really liked was one, it was a former flatbed truck that had been modified so that you had like a camper back end put on it. And there was like where the driver and passenger side were, there was a space above where you could sleep one person. Then there was enough room for another person in back. Didn't have a toilet, but Cookie and I are not really concerned about finding like a place to dump the brown water and stuff. We would just as soon park in front of like a truck stop or an all-night Walmart if they still have them. So anyway, let's see. Scott Carker says there's a 98 Chevy Astro on Craigslist for sale right now, converted into a cargo van by having the back seats removed, 250,000 miles on it, basic interior, engine, and transmission. Price over $13,000. Yeah, I've seen vans that old for anywhere from $5,000 to probably about $15,000. So that's a high end of that. But if it's still nice, if they've been keeping it up, that might be viable. It's not horrible mileage on that. And good morning, Cindy Cab. Good morning. Happy Heart Day. Happy Heart Day to you, sweetheart. And sorry about Friday. You probably showed up going, where did everyone go? Cookie had a mishap at work. She is fine. Just found an ice puddle where there should not have been one. And came home early, so I had to make sure I had her soak immediately to put some heat on that. And she's just about 100% again. But I had to go down and help her out of the tub. So that's why we cut the show off early. And facepalm from Molly Daniels, and WTF, that's not even the Blue Book value, even if it was in mint condition. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Some people are inordinately fond of their vehicles, and I don't think they even look at the Blue Book anymore. And what a ripoff! Definitely way above Blue Book, says Deaths of the Small Press Publisher. I've seen worse. I really have. And get Volcana. It's the logical choice, says Cindy Kep. Thus, you know it's true. And a steamy novel. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam. There's plenty of steam in there. You'll be glad you saw it. And the guy who wants cash, I'm sorry, $13K cash you can put the down payment on a new Chevy Express 2500. Yeah. Yeah, that makes me suspicious when they say, "Oh, cash only." You know, why don't you take like a certified check or something? What makes you nervous? You know, it's kind of like well, actually no, I can relate to a lot of things that have happened in the past where it's a little hinky, like what was it, when my parents got divorced, for instance. We got a visit. We lived in a very small town, and we got a visit from the town lawyer who brought his wife with him for some reason. And he said, well, explain to me, your father wants me to represent both sides. And I'm like, how do you do that? And he goes, well, you don't have to worry, your father's paying me. And I'm like, no, we'll get our own counsel. And we've got our own lawyer. And he goes, well, your father insisted that I handle this case. And I said, well, then you talk to my father. You can represent him. Get out of here. So anyway, Cindy Camp says robots get stompy. Check out the work of Nicholas Anthony Tockard on Amazon. It's good. And ice is not fun. No, it's not. The only ice I like to deal with is at the bottom of a glass, if you know what I mean, with an adult beverage wrapped around it. So, or iced coffee every now and then. But yeah, she took a tumble, got a couple of interesting bruises on there. It's like, my God, how many times did you bounce, woman? So, but anyway, no, she's feeling a lot better today, and she did make it into work today. In our town, it was cheaper to buy a new vehicle for about $3,000 less than a new one, says Molly Daniels. Yeah, and the problem is right now with the supply chain and the chips and all the folderol, that all auto prices are pretty rotten right now. So, and Nightreich, johnpica.com, check it out. That's the author. Also check it out on Amazon because it's awesome. And Dastardly Dingoes are Tuesday Night Fun every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Check out that channel there. Molly Daniels says, in full disclosure, we bought the truck in Princeton, about a half hour south, and in the next county. That's the one thing, Molly. I'm not going to go to Illinois to buy my van. The taxes alone would probably put us in the poorhouse. And nerd culture is keeping culture nerdy as well it should, says Cindy Kemp. Check that out on YouTube. And in 1988, says Glenn B. Fleming, I was kidnapped by some friends in Anaheim, California. They rented an RV the size of an aircraft carrier. It took me all the way up to the coast of Carmel and then out over to Las Vegas. In 2 days, over 1,000 miles in 2 days. Never again. Oh my God, that sounds hellish. That's what you do to people you don't like. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's eek. And Amazon's have a small press publisher desk, as does Joe D. McPhee. Check them out every Saturday night. And go get your own neurosis. That's right. You need neurosis. And Amy Hale's the lady that can give you the good ones. So anyway, check out Neurosis by Amy Hale. Available now from Amazon. Who's your favorite writer? Well, it's probably going to be Amy Hale. Once you read Neurosis, it's a great, great book available now from Amazon. And John B. Pica, welcome, sir. We just said nice things about you. Been watching in lurker mode at the 9 to 5. Well, we're glad to have you here, John. Check out johnpica.com. Also check him out on Amazon and also back in the cereal box on YouTube because he's awesome and he's amazing. We like him. And if you missed the Warriors this past weekend, you can still find them at Michaela Jade's Amazon page right there. Thank you, Cindy Kep. Cindy, I hope you did well this weekend at the Merle Hay Mall. That is very cool. And let's see what else we got going on here. And okay, that's what that is. All right, just making sure. So, and let's kill that tab there. Very good. So anyway, we'll wait for Cindy to get a couple more if she wants here. But otherwise, we are caught up with your comments. And so let's give her a little time. Let's what shall we run? Oh, here's one you need to get. I'm very proud of this one too.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastine, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
It's holiday fun all year round. Check out Santastine, available from Amazon right now. And QuadCon's next event is at Davenport Comic and Toy Show, February 19th and 20th. Free event, North Park Mall. City won't be there, but do go have all the geeky fun. Well, if you're not going to be there, it's not going to be much fun for me. And City Caps is the Historical Fencing Guild, all the swords, axes, and fun that you can use, along with comic-related madness. Check them out on YouTube and on Facebook. Pops Van Zant there. And hybrids are fun at LukeStoneStudios.com. And Luke Stone is starting to post a little more frequently now. That's good to see. Oh, we're so glad he's still with us, him and Randy Zimmerman both. So anyway, we are caught up again. So drinking more stuff. Heck, I'll just do all the ads before we leave. It will give Cindy a chance to catch up. And let's talk about Captain Hawkland, very, very favorite of mine, soon to be a favorite of yours.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.
Oh, excuse me. I wasn't bored with Captain Hawkland. I love those stories. Those are great. If you like high-flying adventure, then definitely check out The Adventures of Captain Hawkland by Charles F. Millhouse. Also available in Pulp Reality numbers 1, 2, and 3. And let's see. Here we go. Oh, Bear Publications has the digital edition right now for Animal Eye number 2. So check that out. Put that in your Kindle, your reader, whatever, and enjoy the next issue of Animal Eye. And Memoirs of an Angel Nebulizer from BrianRodman.com. And if you want to evict zombies from Oz, you can check Eric S. Hawkins out on Comixology because he's amazing. And Carl Westman says, sorry, I still got the science issues, or I talk more. At least I'm getting morning motivation to get writing again. Maybe I'll finish that sequel this week. Excellent. That is so cool. I want to see those books, Carl. And there we go. And Stormgate Press has The Adventure. That's what we were saying at stormgatepress.com. Molly Daniels has to work tonight, so hoping the spouse will take me to lunch. Time to get dressed and wake him up. Happy Valentine's Day to all. Mwah, Molly, thank you for doing this show naked, apparently. And I'll be thinking about that in you all day long. Have a great day and happy Valentine's Day to you, sweetie. And Hyper Sandy Books, you can get reviews from Australia. And Roll Cruz has animal eye art on his own and his own series called Callie. Check him out at artstation.com/roll Cruz. And after seeing me do it, sorry, I've started something. And I'm on day 5 of 6 days straight. Well, at least in 2 days you get a day off with any luck. And Molly, if you do a good job, maybe they'll put you on full time. Who knows? So anyway. Cindy, are we caught up yet? I feel like I owe you after bailing on you the other day. I'm sorry, hon. And Molly Down says, I'm in my comfy fleece jammies. Oh, say it again, but slower. And Cindy Cap says, help for the hurting and soon. Fantasy from Nepal. Check out Victoria Adams. Good work there. Also, check out CKOEPP.com for a great newsletter. Great website. Always good stuff there from our lady Cindy Cap. And let's see. Here we go. What else have we got here that we can run? Oh, let's run this from Pops Van Zandt.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
So check that out, and it's a great organization. Pops is helping too. And remember, trolls are heroes too. You can ask SL Roland about that, according to Cindy Cap, and I agree. And Molly Dale says, I'm in my comfy fleece jammies. Next, she's going to sing happy birthday to me. I just know this. Anyway, thank you, Molly. Anyway, sorry, couldn't resist. Yeah, Molly, how hard did you try? Anyway, Nick Tucker says, I used to work at RV dealership. 66% plus markup is normal. Yeah, that's true. That's true of a number of industries also. And Scott Crocker says, trying to convince my dad it's a good idea to buy a brick hearse that's for sale in Ringgold for less than $2,000. Only for parts, dude. Only for parts. And Cindy Cap says, I am so out of break, so I'm out of links. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Bring Cookie home. Star Nerd 76 for Vintage Cartoonist. Check out Patreon for Cindy Cap, CKOEPP, and Brian K. Morris. Also, lots of fun artists, including several you might know. Catch up with you later. Cindy Cap, glad to see you. Hope you did well in Merle Hay Mall this weekend, and looking forward to doing a show with you later. And I thought for a second the sun might be trying to come out there, but apparently not. So anyway, that's all we got. And I'm thinking let's call it here. Cindy, thank you for all those links, and thank you all for being here. It is much appreciated. And so as we close out this show, let's say thank you to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, 7 days a week of entertainment and enlightenment. Please go to our page on Facebook and learn more about us. Also, please go to Patreon, where several of us have pages there. And in return for your support, even $1 a month helps us so much. $5 a month lets you see some of our works in progress, such as the upcoming novel, The Terrors, coming soon to a Kindle near you. But anyway, if you want to see your name on this card and want to help keep the Rising Tide moving forward, then check us out at www.patreon.com. And also let's get this off the screen now. Sorry, I hit the button too soon, man. Anyway, short night. But anyway, check out Plasma Fire Graphics on Facebook, and also check out their website at plasmafiregraphics.com, and check out especially their indie-friendly creator prices, okay? Jeffrey Hayes is great to work with, and the quality of the work speaks for itself. So investigate Plasma Fire Graphics when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And thank you, Jeffrey, for your ongoing sponsorship of this program. Also, we are brought to you by the Rising Tide Publications page. And anyway, let's see. Here we go. And thanks, Brian. You're welcome, Grant. And good show, everyone. Have a great day. You too, Carl. Have a great one. Good to see you. And love you as always. Have a good day. You too, my man. You have a good one, and let's get Grant over the top, $300 or less, and he makes all of his money on the new Kickstarter. So anyway, and my personal account is blocked on your channel? What? That's news. I have no idea what that's about. Ragin' 2, I will check that out, though, but check out the Ragin' 2 channel, because they're awesome. And I'm hoarding the sunshine. Want this snow and ice to melt. Share a little with your friends, please, sweetheart. And having a good day. I still have to work and get taxes done. Still have to figure out what to do for this week's show. Well, from Deso Small Press Publisher, I am sure you will think of something. I am sure. And Rick Bradley, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, my man. Have a good one. And Nita, how are you? Exactly. Yeah, I'm wondering that too. And also, sudden plasma fire ad cuts Brian off. No, Brian accidentally cut himself off. So, and making it. Nita, I love you. I will check that out immediately after the show and see what we can do. And love you too, Nita. We all do. Grant, Carl, all of us. And anyway, have a good day, everyone. I'm still waiting for him to finish plugging this. Finish plugging this tire. So it's one tire, y'all. WTF. I know. Anyway, Skunk, it was so good to see you, my man. And Daphne and I will return to vlogging tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I look forward to it. And Brian, yes, Glenn. And I'm hungry. Hurry up. Yes. Get the skunk rocker fed before we have to buy him some Snicker bars. And love you guys. Nita, we love you too, sweetheart. We hope you're doing well. And I know things are a challenge right now, but you've got support in the community. You know that. So anyway. Seriously, love you, hon. Let us know what we can do to help you, okay? And as always, folks, we're going to take our leave with that. And looking forward to seeing the first vlog back. Me too. I may actually show up if I'm awake at that hour. Sometimes I take a nap, you know? So anyway, Nita, I'm so glad that you're carrying on there. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in phase 2 of this now. And much love to you and Daphne, all right? Anyway, we have now caught up with your comments. And from this point on, we're going to just close out the show, I think. So anyway, thank you all for being here, indulging me on Friday, and looking out for my honey. And hope you have a good time with your honeys today, okay? It's Valentine's Day. Do something special. Spend time with them. It's the best thing you can do. And as always, folks, we appreciate your being here. Thank you for your ongoing support. And we hope you have an incredible Valentine's Day. And we will be back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central for a new Nevermind the Furthermore live with us. Anyway, folks, be sure to please share, like, and subscribe to this broadcast. Have a great day. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands. Send some positive thoughts to Joe Dog McKeel, and Kelly Austin, and never apologize for being awesome. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you Wednesday on a new Nevermind the Furthermore. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.